Hey guys, I'm Voylin, and in today's video I will talk about my struggles while learning Japanese. And believe me, I struggled a lot, made a lot of mistakes, so this video will help you not to make the same mistakes. Hopefully. I've been learning Japanese for over 3 years now, and my first mistake that I made was after I started learning hiragana and katakana. So I knew the two, but after that I was very confused, like where do I have to start, because there's not really a clear way to start learning a language. And that was probably my biggest mistake of all, not knowing where to begin. I should have just gotten memorized Ranki and just started learning words, but instead I kept looking up like how to study Japanese, how to do this, how to do that. I got this app, Human Japanese, was a very good app to start with, because then I actually started learning about the grammar in Japan and Japanese. However, that was just like one of my mistakes that I made, just procrastinating to start. If you want to start learning Japanese, just start with it. Just get yourself a book, start up Anki, memorize, get a course and start studying already. Another mistake that I especially made in my first two and a half years of studying Japanese was I took a lot of breaks. I started to realize that that was also one of my biggest mistakes that I made, was taking a lot of breaks. Like I knew I was going to take a break for like 1 week or maximum 2 weeks. Like I never took a break longer than 2 weeks, but often breaks of like a couple of days, and I shouldn't have done that, because every time when I started learning again I was like forgetting many of the words that I've learned previously. So every time when you take a break you're just throwing away all your time and progress. So don't take breaks often. Like 1 day can be fine, 2 days, 3 days, especially in the beginning. Like in the beginning you should really go at it every single day, even if it's just for like half an hour or 1 hour every single day. Or for people who work, like 10 minutes a day can make a big difference when learning a language. So don't take too long breaks, or else you will regret it, like I do. How do I kept going every single time after I took such a long break? I guess it's just my motivation. I have a lot of motivation to learn Japanese. Your motivation can also be the same, like moving to Japan, having a Japanese girlfriend, wanting to understand anime or manga, or just wanting to understand more about Japanese culture as a whole. But I think that might be like the most important tip. Try to stay interested. In my previous video about my studying books, I also showed a book with like pictures, like kind of a picture book with information about Japan, and I often read in that just to have like that extra little bit of motivation. Another mistake that I made was I sometimes studied so much that I physically got exhausted because of it. And looking back at it, I should have set more limits, like I only gonna study this part or until I cannot remember anything anymore, and then I will stop and go at it the next day again. But I didn't, I just kept studying, and that's also a reason why I took so many breaks in the beginning. Like I studied too much in a day, felt too exhausted the next day. I really needed a break, so I took a break. What I did was I would set a limit of so many words a day or so many kanji study, and the moment that I felt like it's not going that well anymore to remember, I would stop and just do something else for the first hour, like watching a drama or well, I used to watch anime. Like keep listening to Japanese at least, so it still stays a little bit fresh in your mind. But my biggest mistake while learning Japanese, that was probably not being confident enough, if I can say it like that. Like I would study a lot, but I would always complain like I'm not making any progress, I'm not going forward, I'm still not able to talk in Japanese. But that lasted until a friend of me said yeah, you should look back more often. And I started thinking about it, like when I looked at my old books of studying Japanese, I was like yeah, I've done a lot already. So that's, I think, really the most important part about studying Japanese. Look back at your progress to give you motivation of you came from nothing and now you have like a lot of knowledge. But to get back at the topic of not really a clear way to start learning Japanese, well, I got a solution for you, but not yet. So I've been working on a Not really an app, it's more like a computer program, like a game to learn Japanese. So it's basically a game that will guide you through like the first steps of learning the language in like a kind of interactive, fun way with kind of a storyline. I won't spoil too much, more on that later. But progress on that game will probably be like 1 more year. So don't expect it to be released very soon. Gomen nasai. So thank you all for watching. If you like this video, click thumbs up. If you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll see you all later. Have fun struggling with learning Japanese.